Almost 24 people turned out to protest what they say is too lenient a sentence for a former teacher in Blount County. Joseph Dalton pleaded guilty to 5 counts of offensive touching last fall. This week, a judge sentenced him to 6 months probation with judicial diversion, meaning if Dalton doesn't break any laws on probation, his record will be erased.
10 News Blount County reporter Libby Cunningham spoke to the protesters and the mayor about the sentence. One woman claims she was the first person to report Dalton for his interaction with her daughter as a kindergartner back in 2005.
At least 24 protesters lined up outside the old Maryville courthouse on Friday. And people drove by beeping in support of a group saying they're looking out for Blount County's kids. They are protesting after former Blount County Schools teacher Joseph Dalton was sentenced to probation this week after pleading guilty to 5 offensive touching charges. WBIR found complaints against the former teacher started nearly 20 years ago. We spoke to Jean Jones, the mother of the woman Gracie Jones, who says she was the first victim when she was in kindergarten in 2005.
She's very disappointed over how this turned out. I think our justice system has failed our kids. Our school has failed our kids, but nothing's changed, and she's devastated over it. She's going to be here today, but she couldn't.
The charges Dalton was sentenced on are not related to Jean's daughter, but to other students who reported he touched them inappropriately within the last few years. They are misdemeanors and carry a sentence of up to 6 months in jail and up to a $500 fine. Dalton was sentenced to probation with a judicial diversion, so if he stays out of trouble while on probation, his charges will be wiped. Jean says she feels supported by the people who rallied today, and she hopes that other victims do too.
Nobody stood with us then, and I'm so glad that these people are out here supporting, and our family and friends are supporting these kids.
Jean's husband, Tommy Jones, says he's disappointed by the sentence too.
We're trying to hang in there. We're trying to hang in there. They had it, but then they let it go. Just like sweep it under the rug. That's a pretty big rug.
One parent who says her daughter was a victim says she feels the court system did what they could do within the parameters of the law, but thinks the school system didn't protect their victims.
I don't feel like the school system did. I feel like as far as the courthouse and the DA and everybody that worked on this case, I personally feel like that they done what they could do per what the law is written. I feel like where our kids were failed was the school system.
In Blount County, I'm Libby Cunningham.
Blount County Mayor Ed Mitchell shared his frustrations about the situation on Facebook. He said that he is deeply disappointed and laws need to be changed. He also said the situation could have been avoided years ago with proper action by school administration. Protesters say they hope they have the attention of lawmakers to make punishments for offensive touching charges harsher. Dalton still has his teaching license according to state records.